Keith, firstly, congratulations on being appointed Brentford Head Coach. How are you feeling?
Pretty humbled, I think would be the overriding feeling. Honoured that I'm the person that's been chosen to take the club into the next chapter. Very appreciative of the owner, the board, the staff that have supported this decision. It's an opportunity I feel I'm very capable of doing. I'm ready to do, but equally I realise it's not the done thing in normal football clubs, but I don't think we're a normal football club.
You've obviously taken the step up from coach to head coach. What was it that made you want to take that step, and what's exciting you for this next chapter?
I don't know where to start in terms of what's exciting me, because there's so much. The potential of the football club, the potential of the players, the potential of the staff that underpin a lot of what has brought success to this brilliant football club. It's been a long road to get to this point. Most people obviously won't be aware of that. I've started coaching a long time ago. So this has been a very deliberate path that I've taken. None more so than probably taking a set-piece coach role here 12 months ago that I didn't envisage would turn into this, certainly so soon anyway. Yeah, I'm ready. The decision was pretty easy.
Obviously replacing Thomas, who was head coach for 7 years. How difficult is it to replace someone like that, or is it something that you just want to embrace coming into the role?
Yeah, I'll probably tell you that in a few months, but I'm under no illusions that it is going to be difficult. Firstly, it's the most difficult league in world football. We finished 10th last season. Thomas's fingerprints are all over the football club, clearly, because it's been the most successful chapter in the club's history. So the foundations are really solid. Thomas is someone I admire, obviously, and wanted to work with coming to the football club. It's an amazing place to be. I've felt that for 12 months now, so that will remain, because it's really important to me to have that vibe around the football club, that energy. A lot of words are preached in sporting environments, I think, like culture, and they're not lived, whereas they are lived here on a daily basis. And I think it's really important to keep that humility that we have as a football club and continue to grow that.
Have you got a certain style of play or philosophy you want to implement as head coach?
It'll certainly be evolution. I want a team that the fans feel represents them, what they want to see on a Saturday. We want to play winning football. We want to be competitive. We want to have an edge. We want to play dynamic, relentless football, but we want to be organised. There's lots in terms of what we'll coach, being here obviously in terms of teaching the players, growing the players, big into developing players. I think that's a huge part of the game, individually, collectively, obviously. So we'll continue to strive that and then evolve the team as myself and the coaching staff see right. You
mentioned you'd been here 12 months already. How excited are you to continue to work with the players that you've already worked with, and having already closely worked with them over the past season? Yeah,
I think it's a massive advantage to know the players inside out. I feel I've got a really good connection with the players. Some of them might see that differently, but I will continue to grow that, obviously, in a slightly different role. I think the scope of this squad and the capability of this squad is huge. You look at the age profile of a lot of the players that we have, that can grow, that can develop in the environment that's already here, and we'll continue to enhance that. So the opportunities for this set of players, I think, is huge. I think the ceiling is massive in terms of what we can achieve, and I've got so much belief in them. And that was mainly through the lens of set pieces last season. And again, the connection that I built up on that front with the group, the staff, around all that, and the support mechanisms that we need around all that, because it's not just one voice. It's a collective. But going back to the players, I've got so much belief in what we can achieve.
Quickly taking a look back at your playing career, obviously you played in the Premier League and at a really high level with Republic of Ireland in European Championships. How do you think that experience has helped you as a coach and will help you now going in to be a head coach?
I think all the experiences help. Obviously playing at that level certainly will. but I think what's probably made me the person I am today and the coach I am today is the other types of experiences. So going from a Premier League level down to League Two, to then have to fight back to get into the Premier League and become an international player, get my first cap at the age of 28. So I think in any walk of life, if you want to be successful, you need a desire, you need to fight, you need to develop a level of resilience. And I think that the experiences that you have in general shape you. I think when I look back at the playing side of it, I can relate to players clearly. It's a really big part of how I coach. In terms of detail is there one side, and due diligence, yeah, and I'm big into that and the preparation around everything. But then the connection with players and the feel is really important to me. And you connect with different players in very different ways. And I think I can relate to that because of my experiences. The other aspect I would probably throw into that equation is I started coaching when I was 29 because I knew I wanted to be a head coach. And I started my B licence then. I was coaching Blackburn Rovers on the 14s at the age of 29. Academies until I finished playing at 34. I got promoted 10 years ago as a coach. So this has been a long time in the making with lots of different experiences, different age profiles of coaching young players, under 21s, senior players, international football, League One, Championship, Premier League. So it's an amalgamation of all those things, I think, is the reason I'm sat here today.
You touched on it quite a lot there about your work with the younger players. How important do you feel like that is as part of your strategy and philosophy and wanting to develop young players into the first team?
Yeah, I think there's clear alignment between myself and the football club on that. I knew how big it was coming into this role 12 months ago, and it was something that I wanted to get involved in. I love being on the grass. I love developing young players. I love seeing the growth in young players as players and as human beings in terms of how they can grow in confidence and how you can impact that from the role that you have. And again, regardless of the role that you have, it's a collective effort to try and develop that. And this environment does that really, really well. So it's a passion of mine. And I think when you look back at the previous staff and the staff that we will have in place, that will be a clear plan to try and develop our talented young players and older players, because development doesn't just stop when you get to a certain age. It's for every single player. We have to support them in every way we can.
Quite a big question, but what are your targets as Brentford head coach? What do you want to achieve?
As much as possible. You look at the way the club has been built. There's been some amazing times at this football club, and we want to continue that. We want to have huge moments, huge games. I think the big one was we want to have an attitude and a relentlessness of progression. Like, we really need to maintain that, and that's on a daily basis. And if you do that, I think the rest looks after itself.
Finally, have you got a message for the Brentford fans?
I'm humbled to be the new head coach of an amazing football club that's touched me in a lot of ways. I love it. I love it here. I love coming in every single day. And I will give absolutely everything to continue the success of this football club.
Thanks very much.
Pleasure.